Hi, my name's Cindy. Welcome to Phil's Sewing. Today we're going to go over the sewing portion of couching on the Baby Lock Solaris. Now, as I mentioned last month with the embroidery, that is also available on the Altair 2, the Meridian 2. There is an upgrade available for those original Altair and Meridian machines. It's available with the Solaris 1 and, of course, any version after that, the Solaris Vision, etc. And it is available on the Baby Lock Radiance. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over the process of using the couching on the sewing side of these machines. So I just wanted to show some examples. This was a pre-printed panel and it just screamed embellish me. So I just took some pearl crown thread, different colors, and I did some stitching over it, and I just used the couching and did some embellishment on that. I've started this, and we'll go over this. This is a ladder stitch over some cording, and there's various cords that you can use that would go through that hole on the foot. And right now we're going to try something with the chenille. And I made a pillow using the serpentine stitch holding this down and created this flag effect for this. So there's many purposes to use that couching foot for. So let's go over some things. Now, one thing, I have lost many of these threading tools. We're using the digital dual feed foot, and this foot here is the couching foot. And if you see, there's a hole on the foot right here, and that's what we're going to thread the yarns through. This is our needle threader, and this is very difficult to find if you lose it. So it is magnetic. So what I've found is using this piece of magnet or anything you can find when you're not using it, place it on there, and if you do drop it, you can use the magnet to locate it on the floor or whatever. So we're going to put on our couching foot. Okay, so we've got our ball of thread up here on the antenna, the extension thread stand, and then this is our couching guide, and it basically just sits on the side of your machine, and you'll thread your yarn through there. Then we'll put our threading tool through the hole. Oh, I just knocked my foot off. Let me put that back on. And then we're just going to place the yarn through the opening on the tool. And then pull it through. Easy peasy. And you want at least about 8 inches. Now we're going to put this back on the magnet. In the event that you do lose this and not able to locate it, I found that you can also use these flossers that you can purchase, and that can be used to pull that cording through also. So that's another tip that you might find helpful in your sewing room. So what I've used here, and one thing I found with couching is to display the grid, which gives, especially if you're going to do some channel quilting. So it's under the needle beam, and if you go to the sub tab, you can create your distance here. I've got it set at 1 inch. We can go to 1/2 inch by just selecting any. This is under millimeters. And if you see here, when you get to like a 5/8, 3/4, we're going to get down to a 1/2 inch here in a second. and it'll display the 1/2 inch, which is 12.7 millimeters. So it does the math for you. Nice little thing there. So that what that does is it displays this grid down here, so we can guide our rows using that 1/2 inch grid. You can go 1 inch, 2 inch, 1.5, 2.5. So it's really a convenient feature to have on the machine. What I've chosen, and I'm going to close this, what I've chosen is the serpentine, which is 2-19. And I did extend the length of that, but I did leave the width at the default. And it's so easy to do this. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the grid here, and then I can stitch under. And what I'm doing is I'm watching across from the needle so that this grid is lying on that original row. Okay, I'm going to lower my foot. So I've got the grid here, and this is going to ensure that I have even rows using that grid. And what I'm doing, watching across from the needle so that grid is right on that previous stitched row. And I'm just going to pull it out. And you can practice with any kind of different threads, colored threads, texture threads, and the chenille yarn does really well with something that's open. And here I'll show you another feature. We're going to change threads and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm creating a pillow top. So right now I've already done some of the rows and I'm going to do the other side. These are 3 inches apart. I've displayed my grid in 1/2 inch increments, and this will actually give me a 3-inch wide guide. I've threaded my cording through the foot as I showed you with the chenille yarn. But this just goes, it's another texture we can use. And this cording, you can experiment with any kind of cording you wish. Anything that will go through that hole is fine because you're going to stitch over it. So I'll just show you exactly how this thread, you just want to hold on to the tail to get it started. And I'm watching over here for my guide, just keeping it straight. Now this does take a little bit longer. And you'll just continue to do that until you're finished, and then I can create my pillow top. So this is a fun, creative way to use the features of your sewing machines in the couching. Now there's several different, you can try different stitches. Anything that would go over that cording or yarn would be great. You can experiment with different threads, different colors. The possibilities are endless. You can try anything you want. It's just another fun way to use your machine for decorating and adding texture to even garment sewing or home dec. Just about any of your quilting. You can use that, you know, create some quilt squares with these and put a quilt together. So you can do quite a few things, and so give it a try. Have some fun with it. If you have any questions or if you want to upgrade any of the upgrades we spoke about, please contact Annette or Larry at Phil's Sewing in Washington, Missouri. Thank you and happy sewing.